Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. I am Adam Mckola outside Old Trafford where Manchester United have drawn 0-0 with Wolverhampton Wanderers and dropped more points yet again. And on a day when Chelsea dropped points, we've managed to drop points again. Every single time we have an opportunity to close the gap on top four, to potentially close the gap on those Champions League spots, we slip up and we don't get the W, and we did just that again today. Today was all about the Busby Babes, as Manchester United remembered those lost in the Munich air disaster before the match, and of course outside the ground as well earlier on today. And then of course, when the football kicked off, it was all about Bruno Fernandes making his first start for Manchester United today. And I've got to say, he impressed me, particularly in the first half. In the second half, he occupied a deeper role alongside Fred in the midfield. In the first half, he occupied that number 10 role just off the striker. And I thought he didn't complete every pass. Some of his passes went wayward, went out for throws, didn't reach their man. But what he was trying, the lines that he was trying to find, the passes that he was trying to find, the quick passes in between the lines to the likes of Mata and Co, was that we've got a player there that is going to be really looking for the link-up play. He's got a little bit of quality. He's got an eye for a shot, eye for a pass, and he's going to create opportunities for people. But we need to get a front three working and moving that are going to make the most of him and his ability, but also bring the best out of him as well. Because you can play all the you can make a bad pass look good just by making a run. Do you know what I mean? And for me, at times, Manchester United make good passes look bad because our wingers aren't getting there, or they aren't getting the ball into the box, or the moves are breaking down when they're cutting back and coming in. And I felt today we were a little bit imbalanced. We played a 4-2-3-1. On the team, we had Mata, Pereira, Daniel James, Bruno Fernandes. They were the four with Fred that were providing our midfield and our attack just off Anthony Martial. And we haven't got two natural wingers in there. Daniel James is the most natural winger. He doesn't get the ball into the box. He doesn't cross enough. He does cross, but he can't complete a cross. He can't complete a pass. For me, not good enough from the wing. And when you look at some of the wingers we've had over the years, yes, he's got great pace and he's got great work rate, and he's constantly grafting and trying to make something happen. But ultimately, he hasn't got the quality to make anything happen. And this is a learning curve year for him. And he's playing every single week. And I just think he needs to be pulled out of the firing line a little bit. On the other side, we had Andreas Pereira or Juan Mata. And again, Juan Mata, fantastic number 10 in his pomp, but he's not a winger and he hasn't got the pace to do that. Andreas Pereira hasn't got the decision making. So you look at our wider positions and we just didn't have the players there to make the runs, to really give us shape. And because of that, our attacking shape is lost. Anthony Martial today, he had a bad game in terms of with his back to goal, bringing the ball into feet. His first touch often wasn't good enough. And as he made a mistake, his mistakes seemed to get bigger and bigger, and he didn't get any better into the game. There was also a few occasions where he did well and won free kicks around the box, but that was the best it got for Anthony Martial today. But having said that, yes, his first touch wasn't good enough. Yes, he wasn't making things stick at times, but there were other occasions where he was in the box and the ball just wasn't coming. And he gets criticised a lot for not being in the box or not being there to get a chance, but we're not creating enough opportunities for whoever our number 9 is. And we have to start doing that more. And that means the ball from out wide has to be a lot better. And our shape has to be a lot better. There's no shape. We're not keeping our shape. The wide men ain't sticking out wide. They're drifting into the middle. So in the end, the middle of the park gets really congested and we're trying to force passes through. We need to make space. If we make space, hold our shape, then the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Juan Mata, they'll be able to pick those passes and find the attackers. But overall, our front three wasn't good enough today. Anthony Martial didn't make things stick enough. Daniel James and Andreas Pereira, when they were out wide, didn't do enough. I thought Mata wasn't bad, but again, I think if you're going to start him, Bruno Fernandes, you don't start Mata, especially in a 4-2-3-1, because Mata's best position is in that number 10 position. So unless Bruno's going to be in the 8 a little bit deeper, there's no point starting Mata because he certainly isn't a winger and he hasn't got the pace to be doing that. So 0-0 at the first half. The best opportunity that we had, I can't even think most of the shots we were having were coming from Bruno Fernandes, just taking a crack from outside the box. Someone should have told him we don't do that around here. In the second half as well, he did one of those fouls where he just took a yellow card for the team. I like that little bit of nastiness. I like it. And again, he looked around and we were like, we haven't seen that for a while. We don't do that here, but I like to see that little bit of nastiness from him and that little bit of working back for the team as well. He didn't just be looking to make the pretty passes and all of that stuff. He looked to do the gritty side of things today as well. Second half, he was less influential, but I thought in the first half, he was our best player and made a lot of things happen and took most of our shots. Second half, quite frankly, we weren't good enough. The substitutions didn't come until too late for me. Mason Greenwood came on, Jesse Lingard came on. Who else came on? I can't even remember, but the substitutions weren't good enough in terms of the time they came. They weren't at great times, and I don't think ultimately they made us any better. Mason Greenwood came on and took a vicious shot from outside the box that nearly deflected a few times and went in, but apart from that, it wasn't good enough for United today. Delo was the other one that came on, and he actually nearly scored right towards the end where he slid in at the front post with his foot to try and slide it in, but the ball's kind of popped up. He's had a header and it sailed just wide. I really thought that was going to sneak in at the front post. And to be honest, if that did go in, we probably wouldn't have deserved the 3 points. I thought Wolves came here. They decided halfway through the second half that we're going to settle for a point. And they got it, and it was way too easy for them. And we have to make it a lot more difficult. We're missing Marcus Rashford. Signing Odion Ighalo made sense because we need strikers, we need competition for Martial, we need an alternative for Martial, and also if you can play Ighalo and play Martial, then Martial's got someone to work off and he'll look better. We've seen Martial and Rashford look better when they're both on the pitch. Earlier on in the season, Marcus Rashford had a dip in form and it coincided when Martial wasn't on the pitch. And look, with Martial, it wasn't good enough today. I know I've said we didn't create enough for the number 9, but he wasn't good enough today. And what I want from Anthony Martial is, this is a season where it's a transitional season for the club. It's one where we're learning, and it's one where you're starting to learn that number 9 role again, and you're playing there week in, week out. But what you need to do is just simply refocus. Use this winter break, have a little rest, have a little bit of a rest mentally, and refocus yourself. We've seen it with Marcus Rashford at the start of the season. He come in for a lot of stick and a lot of criticism. Now, don't let that get your head down. Make it get your head up and start grafting and start working hard. Look at the shirt on your back. It's number 9. You're number 9 for Manchester United. That's the shirt number you wanted. That's the position you've wanted. And then now's the time to start grafting for it. He's actually not done too badly over the course of the whole season. And I think we've seen signs of him learning to do the dirty parts of the game, learning to work hard, learning to do those scruffy things as a number 9. But he has to get better as well. And use this as a learning curve. Use the last week where you've not played too badly as a learning curve and as something to kick you on. We've got the likes of Bruno Fernandes now. Hopefully McTominay and Pogba will coming back soon. So we'll have the service. But refocus. Just refocus mentally. Get your head down. Work hard. And make that spot your own again. Because the question marks are starting to come up. Now, I do think a little bit of it is unfair. And we saw it with Rashford at the start of the season. Trashford and all this kind of stuff being spoken about him. People jump on bandwagons too quick and jump on players' backs too quick and write them off far too quickly. But some of the criticism is deserved, and just use it to sharpen your mind, sharpen your focus, and get back on track again, because he's a fantastic talent. We know he is. We know he is, and we know we can do it. So let's get doing it. But we do need to improve in terms of our shape, our setup, our patterns of play, and definitely from the wider positions. But overall today, I thought Bruno Fernandes was probably our best player. I thought David De Gea made a world-class save in the first half. But apart from that, didn't do enough. Maguire Lindelof looked a little bit better with what they had to deal with from Raul Jimenez and Adama Traore and co. But overall, United simply just had to score today and we would have won this game. And we didn't do that. And that shows you where our problems lie. Players out there are looking tired. We haven't got enough goals in this team. And fingers crossed, those problems will be solved very, very soon. As for the walkout today, the walkout didn't happen. I came here thinking, if there's enough support for the walkout, then I'm going to be on it to walk out. And we did the 58th minute sing-song. And then on the 68th minute, I was expecting people to start walking. And not one person around me went. I asked around my row before the game started, and everyone was the same, like, if everyone's doing it, I'm doing it. And I just think there wasn't enough going on today. It just didn't happen. Maybe it was the wrong game. Maybe we decide to come into a game 10 minutes late next time or something like that. But hopefully it doesn't squash the appetite for protest and stuff. I don't know how much it's going to do, but we need to let these pricks know that we're not happy with what they've been doing to our club for the last 15 years. They already know it and they don't care. I know that, but maybe showing to their commercial sponsors and their shareholders and stuff that their customers aren't happy will send a message. Unfortunately, it didn't happen today, but maybe that's because it coincided with the Munich Memorial, and hopefully soon we'll be able to get some sort of protest, some sort of peaceful protest going here at Old Trafford, because of course, you know, you want to do it the right way as well. Anyway, guys, let us know your thoughts on the result today here at Old Trafford, 0-0. What did you make of Bruno Fernandes' first start for Manchester United in his first game in a red shirt? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Keep it like, comment, share and subscribe. For now, I've been Adam Mckola. I'm out of here.